back to my channel. We are here for part 2 of the same video, Parenting in the Modern Era. And Madam Faith is again here with us. She's going to help us know the solutions to these issues, these problems we've looked at that parents are experiencing with children in this modern era. So what are some of the solutions that you could give parents who are watching this video?
Thank you, Harriet.
Yes, you're
there are
welcome.
a number of solutions. We may not exhaust all, but there are a few that I can talk about. Number one is that love your children. Children are yearning for love. Children are yearning for love and attention.
Yes.
And because we are running after this and that, trying to make ends meet, we are not giving this love. We are thinking by providing this love. Yes, that is one of the ways, but we need to intentionally show love by giving time and being available for them. So love.
Talk of videos. There are parents who miss visitation days.
Oh yes, yeah, the parents who miss visitation days. There's one girl who told us in one of the great schools that the father drops her at the gate at the beginning of term and picks her at the gate at the end of the term. Wow. So you can imagine what that young girl is going through. So love with intention. Yes. And
children have a tendency of looking for attention elsewhere if they don't get it from the right people.
Yes.
From boyfriends, sugar daddies, wrong places, really.
Yes, yes, and that would be dangerous for the children. So number 2 is that we need to give rules and explain them. Okay. In some families, children are the ones who set the rules, and there's a danger in that because they are still young, they are not as experienced. So we have to give rules. For example, we can say maybe in this family, after this time, maybe we are not out of the home. And so the rules, because this world is governed by rules, because these children are going to go to organizations to be bosses. They're going to go, there are laws, there are policies that they need to follow. So we need to do that at family level. Okay. And then the other solution that I think we should have is that we need to set some limits on gadgets. In some families, children go on phone the whole night, and for me that one affects their brain.
Watch cartoons all day.
Yes, or watch cartoons all day, the young ones. So that affects their concentration in school and
creativity.
Yes, it affects their creativity. So they are all watching and listening all the time. So there should be some limit on that they can have some time to watch, yes, but also have some time to stop. Like some families, they by 10 p.m. all phones are kept in one place, so that the children can have a nice sleep, because sleep, children require between 8 to 12 hours of sleep. So if on a daily they are on phones and social media, that would be very dangerous for their health. Yeah, we also need to have an awareness of what children do. Sometimes parents don't know exactly what is happening. You find a parent getting surprised. We have had children we counsel who have taken up pornography, and the parents are surprised. When did this start? So we need to know when a child is closing themselves in the room for a whole day. What are they doing? Are you, the parent, aware? When a child is waking up at 11 midday in the next day, why are they waking up so late? Are you aware of what they are doing? So we need to know. Yes, they will think that we are following them up. Yes, they are still in our care. A child who is below 18 is in my care. I need to know what is happening in their lives. Let's teach children that money is worked for. Many times we give. They need the prom dress, we give. They need so much pocket money, we give. But they need to know that this money is worked for. And sometimes it can be there or not be there. A child needs to know that today, mommy or daddy or uncle or whoever it is not having money, but when they have, we can have something. So money is not just there to just dish or give, or for the child to just receive.
If I may interrupt, I think money shouldn't be for free. It should, I think, go along with saving culture. You know, most of us grew up with no saving culture. We literally started saving maybe like 2-3 years after getting a job. So I think that money issue, parents should also take up the saving culture. Thank God there are piggy banks, right? So, I mean, parents can help children. If you give them pocket money of, let's say, 50,000, let them save 5,000. Either leave it in the piggy bank, open a bank account for them, but the saving culture would really help someone. By 18, you have like 10 million, let's say, and you can really do something with it.
Oh, yes. And managing money is a life skill. So when a person grows up without such a life skill, then
Yes.
they're going to have issues with money, borrowing and not returning, living
Extravagance.
out of their means, extravagance, and all that.
Yeah.
Yes, and the other point is that children need to learn to take responsibility for their own actions. I have discovered in my counseling that many times the children are blaming parents. I am an alcoholic because my father didn't give me time. I am not studying well at school because. So they need to own up at some point and take responsibility for their actions. So a child needs to know that if I do this, this is the consequence. So we need to teach that to children instead of them escaping from their actions and blaming everyone around them. Yes, we need to give them time. We can keep saying that. Give time deliberately. Quality time. You're not going to take children for an outing and you go on your laptop and then you think you've given them time. Give them time. Listen
Talk of working
to them.
from home. Parents who come home with work.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Working from home affects the children, so they need to have a schedule that there is time when you have to have the children and listen to them, because you are going to hear stories of if there's anything bothering them. If there's one who is going through abuse, that is the moment where you're going to discover through what they are saying at school or even at home. Some of them can be going through abuse, sexual abuse, verbal abuse at home. You can only know that, yes, if we have people working in our homes who are not responsible, they can do harm to our children. And we can only know that by giving time to these children, because they are intimidated. They are usually told, if you say it, we are going to kill you. So how will you know that if you're not giving time and listening to the child? Yes. Yeah, discipline children. I have a belief that a child can't just move on. This is connected to the other point of saying that maybe you can control them. The child shouldn't just move out, move in the home or out or do anything and no one is talking about them. There should be disciplining. Disciplining, I don't mean corporal punishment, but talking to a child and asking them why they did something. And sometimes you can give, we call it a reinforcement. Either you reward for good work done, or you might you bring a negative reinforcement, or you remove a privilege for something that was done wrongly, especially intentionally. So those are some of the points that I think we can look through as we do parenting in this modern time or modern era. Yes.
Okay, so as both a mother, I keep putting the two together. As both a mother and a counselor, what age do you recommend, or would you advise a parent to probably buy a gadget? Because some parents can afford, but they are either giving gadgets to children when they are too young, or they are denying them gadgets. They are not sure if they are age appropriate. According to you, what age would you say is probably appropriate?
Yeah, this is a tough question of when children should have gadgets. Ideally for me, it would have been 18 and above. I'm sure the young people, if they are listening to me, they would throw stones at me. But we have been overtaken by events since the lockdown, the corona or COVID-19 lockdown came up. Some of our children were taught on phones and laptops. So we were forced to have those gadgets for them, even when they're in primary school. So meaning that most of these children are having those gadgets. So for now, I would think when a child you are sure that can manage the internet, can manage themselves, you can give them a phone, but you should emphasize that it should be for important matters, not just as a toy. Phones can never be toys.
You take it away like from them, let's say at 9 p.m. or bedtime.
Yes, there should be some control. Yes, some control, because these phones have anything. Children share any video, anything which can traumatize a child or which can let a child learn some behavior that the family is not familiar with. Yes, some control. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Since there's this thing of sex education, now let me again ask, because you're a counselor. Now we know that sex education has been promoted over the years, maybe a few years now, but yeah, it's there. So how would you tell a parent to go about it if a child, I don't know, of course you're going out to tell us the ages, if it is this age, this is what you can say, this is your limit. How can a parent help?
We need to talk to children from 8 years and above, tell them about their body changes, tell them about the sexual feelings. I know they are still young,
Crushes.
or talk about even crushes, so that they are aware that when it comes to them, they are not surprised. So we can have age-appropriate information for the children, because if we don't tell them, the world will tell them.
Yes.
And what does the world tell them?
Yes. I was actually going to say the best person that a child should hear something for the first time from the best person is a parent, not a maid, not... Okay, teachers, yeah, maybe because of the syllabus, yeah, they might hear things the first time from a teacher, but yeah, parents are the best. If you can't, approach counselors. They are all over. Counselors, child workers, yeah, they know how to go about such topics with children. And of course, we shouldn't miss taking our children for such youth or children events. There's a lot they could get from there. There's a lot they could learn from there. There's a lot they can open up to people who are not their parents in such events.
Yeah, I can conclude this by saying that the parenting in the modern era means that there are new challenges that we, the parents, didn't face when we were growing up.
True.
So I want us to step up our parenting to suit the challenges of today. The way we were parented, it was good for our time, but if we cling to the old parenting style, then we are missing the mark. So let us step up our parenting, and we address the challenges of the modern times. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. It is my pleasure to host you. Thank you again for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed, please kindly do so. Let's grow this channel. It's majorly about relationships and marriage. So we bring a variety of topics in between there and everything about relationships and marriage. Thank you so much. See you in the next videos.